Welcome to Politics Done Right on KPFT. I am your host, Egberto Williams. This is the progressive program that will take the mystery out of politics. This is the program that will encourage you to make sure government becomes we the people. Whether you are liberal, conservative, or otherwise, you get to air your point of view. Give me a call at 713-526-5738. That is 713-526-KPFT. Remember, you can also send me a tweet to EGBERTOWILLIES. That is at Egberto Williams. Let us engage. It is politics done right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to one more edition of Politics and Right. I'm Egberto Williams, your host. Thank you so kindly for being a part of the show. We are going to have a wonderful show for you today. Look, we are going to have a show. I know you've been listening to KPFT all day, and what you've been seeing is, oh, those guys have been constantly asking for donations for the program. We're going to ask you for that, but we are going to give you a show as well. We have some important things to talk about, some very, very important things to talk about. So let's get busy and start saying what we are going to do. But before I get started, while I talk, how are you guys doing out there today? How are you doing, Don? How's everybody doing in the office today?
We're doing good.
You're doing good. I'm glad to hear that. You know what? We are going to give you some knowledge. Well, we are going to hope to provide you some insight on what we have got to do to ensure that we have progressive values in this country, my dear friends. That is what we have to do. And you know what? That is what we are going to do for you today. Okay, we are going to have a wonderful show. We are going to have a great show. We are going to do all this right to make sure it's happy. But beforehand, please do remember, this is a call-in show that's not going to be called in today. You're going to call in. Come on in, have a seat. We have guests as well.
Egberto, you're doing so much right now. I could tell.
You could tell.
Yeah, I could tell.
So do me a favor.
Yeah. You need me to fill in?
Yes, I need you to fill in while I get all this stuff queued up.
That's fine. I'll take your mics off. 713-526-5738, folks. Of course, you were just listening to Not Another Sports Show. The Collision was out this week, so I had to pull something else. And of course, no matter what sports show that I pull up, they're talking about politics. Why? Because politics is part of every single thing we do nowadays. Is that the problem? No, it's actually the solution. Because as we talk about these things, and as Egberto gets ready to talk about all of the glorious things that he has pulled up for today, even though I have it in front of me, I can actually go through and do his show for him. KPFT is in its fall fund drive. We need your continued support if you have been a donor before, and we need you to join the family if you haven't before, which means sustainers, folks, sustainers. Especially in these times where one cannot trust the mainstream media, who is owned by the plutocracy. Your support means we have the funds to continue serving your unadulterated. I don't like the way you said that, but so please support KPFT now. You will ensure we can continue to get our message out and serve you and this country and this community as a whole.
You know what? I love you, Don. I love you. You can always be there to back us up. You're always there, my brother. And you were keeping. By the way, folks, let me talk a little bit about Don here. Don is here working his butt off at KPFT to make sure that we stay alive. He's our interim manager, interim station manager, and program manager. I am so proud of this young man because this young man is really helping to take us places, and all the ideas that we have stored ready to go, it's gonna happen. We have a lot to talk about. I have a friend in my parts of town, and she told me about a congressperson that was actually supporting cannabis. And one of the reasons I was very happy that she said that, right, is because it is so important. We have so many kids right now for no reason at all. Their entire lives are being destroyed by cannabis. For those who don't know what cannabis is really marijuana, ganja, and all those good things that we call it. But anyhow, so I want to tell you a little bit about this guy. This guy says he supports patients, veterans, and every Texan's freedom to do what they want to do. He wants to support legalized marijuana in Texas, but it takes laws to do it. And for that to occur, folks have to vote. It would have been good if my buddy, our marijuana here, Dean, was here to actually discuss some of that. Right, Don? If Dean was here, wouldn't he have a ball with this subject?
Yes, our marijuana would be having such a ball right now.
I know he would have such a ball. So, folks, I want you guys to go look up a guy, TX House District Texas 150. This guy's name is Michael Sean Kelly. This is not a political ad. This is a informational ad telling you if you are a person that's interested in cannabis and the legalization because of not only for alcohol less high, but for maybe something else. Check it out. HD 150, Michael Sean Kelly. I think he's in the spring area. But if I have any, go ahead.
And when did early voting start?
Early voting started on, I just started on Monday, and it ends I have the experts in here. So before I have a section here that's going to be detailed by the experts. I have an expert from the party, and I have an expert progressive right here. And I'm talking about a real progressive right here. So anyhow, let's do this, folks. This is Politics Done Right. Politics Done Right needs your support. Politics Done Right needs you to call in right now, 713-526-5738. Again, that number is 713-526-5738. Why do we need that? These programs are at peril if we don't get the support that we need. And Egberto was in Washington, D.C. last week, so we didn't get a chance to do the pitching to really support Politics Done Right. But Don doesn't care that we didn't get the pitching for Politics Done Right. Don doesn't care about that. He just says, you got to come in here and you got to own your keep, or you got to keep your own. How do you say that?
Own your keep.
Own your keep. So you got to own your keep. So folks, please call 713-526-5738. I have to raise several $1,000s today. I need you to help me raise several $1,000s today. Hey, is Nabua in that place yet, or is not around, or is he in Pledge Central or anything like that?
He just ran out of this room.
He just ran out of this room because I want Nabu has a special offer for people, and it's a special T-shirt that says something nice. Nabu, let me have it.
Hey, thank you for that call. 713-526-5738, 713-JAM-KPFT. We do have a special shirt for Politics Done Right. It's a nice blue shirt that says, "We are the mob," and we're offering it for $100. For $100, you can get this brand new one-of-a-kind T-shirt that we're offering only here on Politics Done Right. If you enjoy this programming and what Egberto Willies offers, thank you for that call. Then we can get that shirt to you at the $100 level. We've never offered it before, and it's special for PDR listeners.
Nabu, what color is that shirt?
It's blue.
It's a blue shirt. White lettering says, "We are the mob." Yes, that is correct. Well,
yeah. Yes.
Berto, you would know how to.
I'm gonna have to get a phone call for the pledges. But hey, keep calling in 713-526-5738.
Okay, I'm going to my guest. I'm going to be going to my guest pretty darn soon, and I have a great blog of the week that I'm going to breeze through. But you guys have to stay with us the entire show because we have some information here about October surprises, about what we have to do, about what we didn't do. I have a Democratic Party official in this place. I may knock him up a little bit as well. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, while Nabu is taking this information, I want him to go ahead and introduce himself and tell us a little bit about this election here in Harris County, my brother.
Hey, Egberto, how's it going?
Great,
Hello,
great,
politics people. My name is Otis Evagara. I'm the Communications Director and Candidate Coordinator for the Harris County Democratic Party. Some of you might know this, some of you might not, but we're in the middle of an election season. Early votes started Monday, October 22nd, and will run through November 2nd. Polls are actually still open right now for another hour and 45 minutes. Polls close at 4:30, and then polls are open the weekend. On Saturday, they open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., and then the last week of early vote is next week, and polls open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We're excited. Turnout is high for 3 straight days now. We have had 60,000 people show up to the polls. That is exciting. That is triple what happened in 2010 and 2014. So we know there's a lot of enthusiasm and energy out there, but we also understand that the work is not over. We strongly believe at the party that it is the work and not the wave that'll get us the results we want on November 6th.
Now, Otis, we need to ensure also that young people, Gen X, Gen Z, and I'm saying Gen X because I want to consider myself young. And even though I'm at the cusp of Gen X and baby boom, I'm a Gen X, brother. But anyway, I don't want that laugh done, okay? I don't want that laugh done. Okay, Gen X, Gen Y,
Gen Z,
post-millennials. Tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting out the vote. We're talking to everybody, but especially young people. I mean, this is our time. For the first time, millennials outvote. Actually, millennials have more voters than they do baby boomers for the first time in history. So it's really important to get that vote out, especially young people. I mean, it's our future. It's our future that's at stakes. You don't want that older generation speaking for the future that you're going to have to live with and for your children to have to live with. So it's important to get out the vote. You talked about cannabis earlier. I mean, these are things that are on the ballot. When you elect progressives on the ballot, these are the things that are on the ballot. Healthcare, future healthcare is online. Social Security. We just saw a contentious floor on the Senate, a contentious debate, on the Senate floor with the Supreme Court justice. I mean, these things have residual effects when you don't come out and vote, and especially for young people, because like I said, it's our future that's at stake.
Absolutely. So folks, we need you to give us a call at 713-526-5738. I'll be slowing it down. 713-526-5738. Politics Done Right wants to stay on air. Politics Done Right will only stay on air if you support our program. Please give us a call at 713-526-5738. We must raise several $1,000s today, actually, because I was out in DC last week. I didn't have able to come and raise some money with you guys. So bail me out. If you really like what you're hearing, bail me out. Nabu, talk to me.
No, he can't.
Oh, he can't.
No.
I love that he can't.
But also on kpft.org, you can actually pledge using kpft.org like Anonymous did.
Okay.
So yes, you can also pledge online. That is an option besides calling 713-526-5738.
Have Politics Done Right done anything online today yet?
I just said Anonymous from Pearland.
Okay, thank you kindly, Anonymous from Pearland. And give me Anonymous from Kingwood and people from Kingwood, whether anonymous or otherwise. I want Humble, Houston, Spring, every area. Come on, folks. You know you're listening from everywhere, my dear brothers and sisters. Everybody, let's do it. Okay, my brother, let me ask you something now about the Democratic Party.
Yes.
Are you guys engaging completely as you should right now with some of the shenanigans that I've heard? I've heard that some of the people so far, they've clicked, and this has occurred, I think, in Katy, clicked on straight line, take a Democratic vote, and they got a Republican slate. Did you hear any reports of that nature?
No, we haven't heard any problems with the actual polling machines. That all those go through the county clerk's office, especially dealing with those e-slate machines and things like that.
Right.
But the most important thing, though, is that for us to not have things like that happen, we need change. Right. And so we need to elect folks like Diane Troutman, who will bring comprehensive change to the county clerk's office and be forward thinking. This county is really back in the times with the way we're doing stuff with voting. I mean, if you look at the first week of early vote, the polls open at 8 a.m., right when you have to go to work, and then they close at 4:30.
Well, that is by design. That's by design.
Exactly.
That's by design.
And so that's why it is cumbersome that we elect Diane Troutman and all of our county-wide candidates that are on the ballot, so that way we can get change in this county.
Well, great. I'm glad to hear this. Is there anything else that you want to add before we go to Nisha? Nisha has quite a bit of information as well that we need to get across.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Nisha's got some great things to talk about, especially when we discuss women. But my thing is that go vote. It is important. It is your right. One of the things that we don't talk about enough when we talk about voting is that you get to hire and fire who elects you.
Absolutely.
We talk about term limits, and that's another episode for another time. But I do believe there's term limits. It's called an election.
That's a term limit. That's the only term limits I believe in.
Right. It's called an election. If your person is not representing you the way they should be, you have every right to fire them at the ballot box. So go vote. Talk to them. Talk to everybody. It's the work, not the wave. Let's get it out.
Brother Kingwood came in for me. Thank you so kindly, my
Thanks,
brother Bruce out of Kingwood. Thank you
you.
so kindly. Folks, we need more calls in 713-526-5738. Remember, the hosts of Politics Done Right and the station director of Politics Done Right. We need those commitments right now. So please give us a call at 713 526. Thank you very much, Otis, for coming in and giving us that information. Otis, the communication director of the Harris County Democratic Party. Thank you so kindly for being here, my friend. Okay, Nisha, I can't say enough. I cannot say enough about Nisha Randall. I give her kudos throughout the day, throughout the week on Facebook and everywhere I can, because this is likely one of the hardest working activists in this city.
Oh my goodness.
You know I'm not lying. I mean,
I try.
Sometimes she's crying on Facebook when she's not getting the support that she knows she deserves from the people.
It's
she's
not
crying.
about me. It's about me empowering the people.
I am not saying it's
Okay.
about you, but you are the conduit of which this
Thank
work is actually occurring. And I think activists deserve to be given their kudos, because I mean, it's hard work and you could be doing a whole lot more. Your skill set lends you to do a hell of a lot more, but you decided to be an activist. I tell
Thank
people
you.
this all the time. Thank you very much for being in here. Tell me what you're here for.
Well, I am here to talk about one of the big Get Out the Vote efforts that are happening this weekend.
Right.
It's a women's march to the polls.
Mhm.
It's going to be Saturday at the Shrine of the Black Madonna from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. There's going to be a program featuring Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, State Senator Sylvia Garcia, who may soon be one of the first Latina women from Texas to go to Congress.
Mhm.
A TDP chair, Carla Braley. It's sponsored by HCDP, the Black Women's PAC, and Houston Rising. And we are going to feature the 19 Black female candidates that are on the ballot for judge in Harris County, which is historic in itself if you have not heard about them.
I saw the picture.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, inspiring picture. It's an
Yes.
inspiring time to be a woman in politics right now. So we're excited about that. We're going to gather, rally each other, march over to the polls, and then get back out knocking on doors and calling people and getting out the vote.
Well, I'm going knocking on doors on Friday,
Yeah.
Friday morning. So I may need some of you guys' expertise there
Okay.
because y'all are so much better at it than I am.
Oh,
But look
wow.
here. So tell us a little bit more about what's going on to make sure that we get this wave at least. Look, I am not too concerned about Harris County because of the work that I see you guys doing. And tell me,
Okay.
am I supposed to feel as confident
No.
as I feel about Harris County?
I don't think you need to ever feel confident about any election. I was reading something yesterday that you always need to look at it as a 50-50 shot.
Mhm.
You vote and then you go get out the vote.
Mhm.
And that's all we need to be focused on. I mean, I see people being obsessed by the numbers coming in every day and the enthusiasm, and that is great. That's what we want. But we still have voters to talk to until those polls close on at 7 p.m. on November 6th. You still need to be talking to voters.
Now, Nisha, more than most, you have a feel. You have a feel for the people that you're talking to, and you're in all kinds of neighborhoods. I've seen you walking all over the place. I've seen you attending just about everything, just about everywhere. Black neighborhoods, Latino neighborhoods, white neighborhoods, poor neighborhoods, rich neighborhoods, everything I see you at. Now, what is what's the feeling? Is that enthusiasm still there? Are the Republicans really increased in enthusiasm? What have you been seeing on the ground?
I think their enthusiasm level is just as high as ours. I think this election and probably every election from now on is going to just be about who you turn out. We're kind of in a space right now where nobody's persuadable because we're so polarized.
Oh, so you really believe that we are really in that? Because I
know
preach
you
against
do.
that.
I know you preach against that. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing you need to get out your voters. You need to get out people who I tell people this all the time. I as a resistance fighter, it's been everything I've done for the last 2 years.
Right.
The resistance is not going to win the election. It's
Right.
going to be low propensity voters who don't vote in midterm elections,
Right.
and we have to talk to them.
And that's a majority of voters, actually, right?
Yeah, that's the majority of voters.
So if there's no way to lose if you get it. Put it this way: if the majority of people who think they are conservatives, because there are very few people that are really conservative, but
Yeah.
if we get the vast majority of conservatives out and the vast majority of people who want progressive values out, there's no contest, right?
There is no contest. We have to engage our base and we have to talk to them. And I really believe, especially in Texas, with our abysmal rates of voting here, a lot of that is kind of institutionalized in how we think about voting here, because on the Democratic side, because we believe this is a red state, we don't talk to voters.
Right.
So,
Right.
There's like so many votes that are just left on the table just because we don't think these are our people, or they haven't voted, or we don't know their voting history. But I feel like if we figure out how to engage everybody, this is a completely different story.
Right. And, again, Nisha is on the ground. Nisha understands all that's going on right now. And that's why we have her in here for not only her advice and counsel, but for, hey, what the hell do we need to do? What are you seeing? Do we need to be depressed? Do we, because I kind of follow her moods on on Facebook to know, even sometimes both her and Candace, I kind of look them up and I say, let's see what kind of moods is. So sometimes it even, I don't know if you noticed, sometimes it even may have a few lines of what you guys say in my blog posts. It's like,
I had not noticed that, but wow, thank you.
Every now and then I'll see someone say, bing, light goes off, and it's like, okay, you need to have that. That is what you call symbiotic relationships in politics, in the politics that we're doing, which is so very important. We serve together in Indivisible as well. You serve in, how many different things that you serve? Pantsuit Republic, Indivisible, Swing Left, Houston Right?
Houston Rising. No, Swing Left is amazing. But
yeah.
I'm not officially a part of that. I'm a big supporter.
But you work with them.
I love them. Yes, they're amazing.
Yeah.
But they are like just an example of how people saw what the disconnect in politics and the apathy, and they were like, there's a district that's voted Republican for I don't know how many years. We can talk to voters in this district,
right? And
if we get them out, we can win.
That's what people don't understand. They see a district is plus 20 or something Republican. They think, well, if it's plus 20 Republicans, that means there are 40% of others there, and they make a difference in the totality, right?
That and then the fact that people just, they see it, they assume it. Consultants, political consultants, they look at numbers and they just tell you, what, these are your voters, this is who you have to go after, and maybe you can increase the margins a little bit, but I don't believe that. I believe you talk to everybody. I agree
you talk to everybody, but I think you and I differ a bit in who the everybody is. Everybody is your base.
My everybody is my base. My base hasn't been talked to, though.
Right, but actually, you know what? Technically speaking, that's true, right? Because most people speak to either the center or otherwise, and then our base gets left. Yeah, I got it. Anyhow, folks, this is, we have to raise quite a bit of funds, and we need you to give us a call right now, 713-526-5738. We still have the blog of the week to go, so don't leave us at all. But we need you to give us a call, 713-526-5738. Anybody to thank additionally yet, or are we still waiting?
Nothing yet.
Okay, folks, that nothing yet breaks my heart. 713-526-5738. We need to get these calls in, folks. Like I said, I was doing your work in DC last week, and I need to make up for what we didn't make in DC last week.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that right before the show, Egberto pulled me off aside and said, Don, what happened last week? And I let you down, Egberto.
No.
And you yelled at me so much, and I feel fearful for my life. And folks, I need you to help get us to this multiple $1,000 goal, because Egberto needs it and I need it, because I am afraid. 713-526-5738. 713-526-5738.
Don.
He's a very scary man. You haven't seen him in person. He's from Kingwood. He grabbed me very hard. 713-526-5738. Folks, but no, seriously, where else will you hear politics that is not fearful of the corporatocracy, the plutocracy, the man behind the throne? Because the thing is we always fight about, okay, Senor Trump is doing such and such, but we aren't seeing those other people who are giving the money and making the actual moves.
That is so important, what you just said, Don. That is very important. Folks, this morning on air, right? This morning when we're pitching with Amy Goodman. And I said one thing. I said, look, what occurred in this year? We guaranteed that the middle class and the poor lost several $trillion worth of their wealth. We can talk about, oh, the Republicans are transferring our money to the rich. They're transferring our money to the wealthy. Folks, we are the ones who did it, and we did it in two different ways. Numero uno, the first way we did this is that as what Nisha is fighting for all of us to go out there and vote, we did not. There is absolutely no reason we should have lost 2016. That's numero uno. Numero dos, here's the thing. These guys have the Koch brothers. Conservatives and otherwise have funding sources. I may get a few people upset here as well. Centrists have their funding sources as well, because they are the wards of the plutocracy. They are the people holding the water for the people who are ensuring that you can't get it. And you know who we have? We got you. We have the pennies from you, and that is what we need from you. We need you to invest in the little that it costs. All of us that stay behind these mics are doing this on a volunteer basis. You have somebody like Nisha on the streets, day in, day out. Nobody's giving her 20, 30, 40 bucks an hour or $5 an hour, nothing. We are working hard altruistically. And that is not, I am not saying that for the sake of saying that, my dear brothers and sisters. I am really not saying that. But the only way we can move forward is to support those who are out there on the ground making things happen, or in the studio, making things happen. 713-526-5738. I implore you. You know, this isn't a beg, because begging really doesn't work. If you see value in us trying to make America better, not make America what somebody else is saying, if you see value in what we are doing, and I know you do, because what we are doing has value, go to kpft.org and donate under the show Politics Done Right, or go to 713 or call 713, please, 713-526-5738. We are the warriors of this movement to ensure that you have your health care.
We are the warriors against day. Whenever Republicans use the word they,
right,
and say they are taking something away from you, they are the reason why you aren't actually making the money to be able to feed your family. They are the reason why you are losing homes. They are the reason. No, we tell you who the actual reason is.
Yes.
There's no they. The they are the people pointing out the they.
Exactly. So folks, remember that. We are pointing out, what we are pointing out is the truth. And the good thing about it is everything that we say can be corroborated. There are corporations that are designed to fool you. Heritage Foundation and others. 713-526-5738. Won't you call? Anybody on the phone yet?
Yeah. Right now, we have somebody on the phone right now.
Okay, we
pledge.
We need more pledges, folks. 713-526-5738. And I tell you what, there are rich, good people out there. There are rich, good people out there. We need a few of the rich, good people to call and say, you know what? We need to make sure that Americans are taken care of, because I don't feel right living a good life by stepping on somebody else's throat. 713-526-5738. Please give us a call. Please give us a call now, and then I'll come back to pitch a little bit more, but I want to talk a little bit more to Nisha. So Nisha, what else do you have up for us?
Well, that's what I planned on talking about, was the march.
Well, you have to be careful, because I'll get you talking about all kind of other political stuff if you're not careful.
Well, that's what I came to pitch. That there's so many things going on. I mean, what I'm really focused on right now is getting people out to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Otis spoke about, we had some really good numbers, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, we have to do that every day,
right,
until November 6th.
Well, before I'm going to go to the blog of the week, and then I'm going to come back to some pitching. But before I do that, I want to personally, yes, go ahead.
So every day I come up here and I pass up a polling place, and it's people outside. They're holding their signs, and it's right there in Acres Home. And it's very disturbing for me to watch no one, not a single person, lining up, driving up, angry that they can't get into a polling place.
Right.
This concerns me because knowing, of course, we talk about the blue wave, the red wave, all these waves because it sounds nice. In reality, we as a city, as a state, as a country need to take voting very seriously, especially whenever you sit there and you go, oh, you know what? I don't like the way they chose the Supreme Court.
Right.
I don't like the way they choose our taxes and the way that the rich get richer. I don't like them deregulating everything. You don't like it, go out and vote.
Absolutely.
This is not sports.
No, it's not.
This is politics. This is the way your life is going to be for today until you die.
And going forward, and the monies and folks, what Don says is absolutely true. And what has been stolen is going to be slowly recovered, or if recovered, only if you vote. But over $3 trillion has been stolen from you. Remember that, and that would not have occurred if there was another type of president in there. These are things. These things have material impact on your lives. But anyway, I want to say, do we have our stuff queued up? Do you know what time it is?
It's time for the weekly blog post.
Okay, folks. Before we go, I'm going to be a little quicker and I'm going to be less interruptive with my blog of the week because we have some great guests in here and we have to get through some more pitching because we have to ask you to call right now. I'm going to get to the blog of the week now, and then please get to those phones, 713-526-5738. But before I do that, do we have anybody on the phones yet? Anybody's on the phone?
Not currently, but we want to thank Mike for giving us a nice donation from Conroe.
Thank you so kindly, Mike from Conroe, for that donation. Please, folks, we need several $1,000s today. 713-526-5738. Please, let's not wait till the end because we need to get busy.
It's 2,000 to be exact.
2,000 to be exact.
Yeah.
So, folks, please go.
Several thousand just sounds like you are really deep in a hole.
Well, you do have me deep in the hole, brother.
Okay. Well.
Okay. Anyhow, let's go. The title of it is Mental Vacillation About Midterm 2018 is Exhausting, but a resolution is near. And when I knew Nisha, one of our premier activists was here, I wanted to ask her, hey, does it look like Harris County at least have it in the bag? I know not everywhere else, and I thought she was going to take away that vacillation out of the title of my blog, and she didn't. So let's continue. As I shopped at H-E-B grocery store, I ran into one of my Occupy Kingwood cohorts and activists. He was not in the best political mental state. For a while, euphoria was high about a massive Democratic win a few weeks ago. But now he began to feel the 2016 gripe in the stomach again. 2016. Don't forget that pain, folks. Don't forget that pain. 2016. Is that going to get you to vote? Is that going to get you to call 713-526-5738 and say, hey, we got to do what's necessary now? Are we going to do what's necessary now? Anyhow, folks, I have a feeling the election is not going to be like any other, he said. What do you think about the polls, Egberto? I told him, while I believe in science and polls, it is important to note that correct polling is difficult, and as such, it is only as good as the sample. I interviewed one of the better Democratic pollsters, Celinda Lake, a principal at Lake Research Partners, while attending Netroots Nation 2018. She cautioned about exuberance over the yet-to-materialize blue wave, just like Nisha did. She agrees that polls right now have issues with modeling who and what turnout will look like on November 6, 2018. She is concerned about who the hidden voters are. Are they left? Are they right? Who knows? The activist told me his feelings from being in the field with progressive candidate in the red district is that he does not believe it will be a close election. He thinks the American populace will break hard on one side or the other. Many others have said as much. You think it's going to break hard on one side or the other, or is it going to be close?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
I think it's going to be close.
Okay. She's spoken. If one believes the polls, Donald Trump's approval ratings are improving. At the same time, a recent Fox News poll show Obamacare exceeding 50% favorability, way ahead of the 40% of the Trump GOP tax cut scam. How can the president determine to kill Obamacare and the reinstitution of the discrimination against those with pre-existing conditions be going up in the polls as Obamacare support grows as well? There is a certain level of cognizant dissonance with many Trump supporters. Most importantly, it shows the effectiveness of Republican messaging during the worst of times. Last week, I wrote the following in the article, How Can the GOP Cripple Healthcare, Social Security, Medicare while driving huge deficits and do what? Win. Is that possible? Republicans are starting to build a cohesive message that all conservatives and right-wing media politicians and pundits are rolling off their tongue ad nauseum, and they're doing it in a conniving manner. It is still not too late. However, anyone who remembers the Buffalo Bills comeback on the Houston Oilers should have pause. To date, it is still the largest comeback in NFL history, right? Remember that? Anybody remember that? Okay. You were there. Oh, you were there.
I have season tickets to the Texans and grew up with season tickets to the Oilers.
Oh, my God. So
yes.
I hope you're not an omen for what's to come then, because you're here. All right. Anyway, Democrats could themselves make history if they don't fight as if they are 10 points behind. Just like Nisha just said, they must put Republicans on the defensive, making them defend the ACA, pre-existing condition sabotage, their hypocrisy as they rack up unheard of deficits, the poisoning of their constituents with deregulation, and much more. It is not at all difficult for us to repeat these issues that will help all Americans in their daily lives ad nauseum. Democrats must not allow Republicans to put them on the defensive based on lies, using smoke and mirrors as their method of deflection. It is time to win once and for all. Not unlike Reagan, Trump has a sugar-coated boost built on top of a solid Obama economy. It was refreshing to read Robert Freeman's Common Dreams article. The market weighs in on Trump's economic policies. Trump is Reagan on steroids. Americans are being hoodwinked into believing that the current economy is real and sustainable. Math will prevail, however, and a bad crash and social program disruptions are on the horizon. So, folks, a crash is on the horizon. Who you think going to clean that up? Who always cleans it up? Republicans do not have a real winning message. What they have is a chaotic message that, left alone, create a chaotic American comparable psyche. Unless filled with convincing alternatives these psyches can absorb, many Americans will accept the status quo. If enough do, the 2016 outcome, even with the win supposedly at our backs, will materialize in the next few days left to midterm 2018. The Occupy Kingwood activists may be right. This election could break right or left sharply in the next few days, and it is all dependent on who plays a better hand. Trump is great at playing the American people. The reality is that we have the better hand if we decide to play it. As Robert Reich recently wrote, it is not about going high when they go low. It is about going bold. Progressives know that polls have been saying for some time. Many on the left have behaved shackled away from the excellent progressive ideas that Americans say they want because of the right and many centrists. If in the next few days we make Americans feel that we will come through, then when Nisha goes out to her thing on Saturday, it is?
Yes, it's Saturday.
Then people will actually come out and vote. She won't have to drag them out of the house. They're going to be saying, yes, progressive values, I'm coming. That we will come through. The blue wave could be the direction that breaks. But you got to make it breaks. Can we get a purple wave? I don't want a damn purple wave at all. 713-526-5738. Again, that number is 713-526-5738. Calls. We need your calls. Tell me some good news. I don't like that face.
Thank you for Pasadena. Apparently, no one is listening in Houston that wants to give, because Pearland, Pasadena, and Kingwood and Conroe all gave pledges, but nobody from Houston yet. So
Houston, where are you, Houston? 713-526-5738. Support good. Look, support the truth, man. And remember, we are here giving you what you're not going to get on MSNBC, CNBC, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, and all these other channels at all. But anyhow, we have a new guest in the house. let me make sure get you. Talk to me. First of all, introduce yourself. And I saw you on
I was here Sunday night.
the conscious.
Yes.
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 The
Conscious mindset.
conscious mindset. How are you doing? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and then what we're up to?
Okay, I'm doing well. My name is Audrey Lawton. I am here representing the other organization that is hosting the march, and that is the Black Women's PAC.
Right.
As I talked about on Sunday, the Black Women's PAC is an organization. It was started about 1.5 years ago. The founder is Tracy Y. Scott. She's out of Fort Worth, Texas. And the idea behind the PAC was that we were going to support Black women candidates, not only through our service, but through funding, and try to identify donors for those candidates, help train those candidates, and help make sure that their campaigns were viable campaigns. To that end, we are excited. You talked about the blue wave, and I'm a firm believer that as Democrats, we just have to hunker down. We have to put our heads down and just keep going forward. A lot of what we see right now are distractions. And I thought, I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, but it's hard not to be sometimes when you see certain things happening in the news on a national level, right as we're on the cusp of a very contentious election. And so what I say to people is that's fine. There's things that are happening all over the country. If you want to facilitate a change, I've always heard, do worry about what you can worry about and what you have control over, and you have control over your one vote. And it's so important that you make sure that you're out there and you can, and actually in a sense, we're kind of in control of more than just our vote. We're in control of, our family that are around us, some of our neighbors. And so
I love that you said that, because it's community, it is family. If we're all in sync to work together, you're right.
Absolutely. And so what we want to do is send a clear message. We want to just keep driving and keep getting people to the polls. And so that's why this event is so important on October the 27th. I'm sure Nisha has already given the...
No, but please say it again, because the way radio work is people come and go, come and go.
Okay. All right. So we'd like to invite anyone, whether you...
Exactly.
And we have failed in actually making sure that people are voting. We have failed in actually making sure that the issues are being talked about. Women are going, you know what? I don't have time for a man to do it for me.
Right.
Love it.
Look, and Don, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something about your generation, because that is, I hold that against my generation. But I see the younger guys, because, we have our groups that we are in with Indivisible and all these younger guys are doing a lot more than these patriarchal old farts. Right. Sorry, I had to say that, but I had to.
Okay.
It's okay. I dumped it.
It's fine.
Okay. I hope you didn't dump that. I wanted that on the
We
air.
can't say farts on air.
You can't say it on the air?
No.
Oh man, I thought we could.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see how
But what you can say is 713-526-5738.
Right. I just got censored. Anyway, 713-526-5738. Folks, give us a call right now. And I'm back on we just got the system back up. 713-526-5738. Tell me those phones are ringing.
Not yet.
Look, I am not going to, these ladies won't speak until the phones start ringing. 713-526. I'm kidding. I can't say that. Oh, boy. How come one of you didn't slap me or something?
This is your show.
No, but you know what? We believe in what? In little d and big D what?
I don't know.
Democracy.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't know what to do in this show. It's like,
Oh,
I don't think I've
goodness.
ever been to a political show of this nature. 713-526-5738. Again, that is 713-526-5738. Okay, tell us a little bit more about what we need to do.
Oh, goodness.
Come on, Tracy.
Well, okay. So I'm not Tracy, but...
Oh,
but it's okay. I'm Audrey.
Audrey,
It's
I'm
fine,
sorry.
It's fine.
Sorry.
My thing is, okay, so right now we just got to get out the vote. We have to get out the vote. We need to, put up the numbers. We need to finish strong. Believe in closing out strong. And that means that if you haven't voted, you need to make sure that you definitely go out and vote. We want you to vote early. If you've already voted, we want you to sign up and volunteer to help others get out the vote. There's so many different opportunities. If you go to the Harris County Democratic Party's website, you will see a calendar which will have a lot of different activities that are going on from here until November the 6th, and you will be able to volunteer. You can start, I always say start, where you are. And so if you're on your street, go to the neighbors that are on your street. I think my neighborhood, my street may have about 40 homes on the street, if you look at that. And so if I may not be able to block walk, with the entire, district, but I can block walk my neighborhood, in my street, and I can make sure that that people are going to vote. I can also reach out if you've got family members. You can definitely start kind of like a phone tree, if you've got family members, if I've got 2 parents at home and, and grandparents over here and a couple of cousins over there, how much time and how much money do I spend just giving them a call and making sure that they're going to go vote, or let's all go vote together and then go out to eat or something.
Now what Audrey, AKA Tracy, is saying,
correct. Yes.
is saying is absolutely true. And that doesn't only apply to Harris County. We have a national program. So look, applies all over the entire country. So everything you hear Nisha and Audrey talking about, it's the entire country. You have any good news for me right now?
Not yet. Go ahead.
713-526-5738. Is Nabu, Nabu is not there?
Nabu had to run upstairs.
Okay, we have some t-shirts that said, we
are the mob.
We are the mob. Come on, send us.
Now, what is that referring to exactly?
Well, when after the hearings with Kavanaugh,
okay,
that's when the Republicans started this thing about they are a mob.
Mm-hmm.
So what the idea behind this blue T-shirt that says we are the mob is to say, yeah, we are the mob. We are the mob of democracy. Okay. So that is the implication of the T-shirt.
How much was those?
Those are $100 donation, and remember, you don't have to come up with that all at once, but just go ahead and do it. We are the mob. We are the mob. We are the ones that's going to recover. We are going to take democracy back.
And then we also have the Hillary and Bill Clinton tickets.
Oh, tell us about that.
Tell
us about that one.
So Hillary and Bill are coming to Houston, I believe. I don't know the exact date, but they're coming. I want to say December 5th.
And what are we offering those tickets for?
Those are for $200. So for a $200 ticket, that's a pair of tickets for you and someone else to go out and actually see them live. But the one thing, I guess, to me, elephant in the room, of course, we talk about politics, is the Ted Cruz and Trump.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, rally where Houston saw a little bit more of themselves. Houston saw that we aren't just a happy family.
Right.
You saw all the MAGA hats walking around, the hate, the anger, and that's something. Whenever we talk about going out and vote, that's something that you have to really take into consideration. That everybody's not going to tell you that they hate you to your face.
Right.
And that's the whole reason for this station, is to make sure that we tell you exactly what's going on and inform you. And yeah, we might lean left, lean progressive, but the thing is we're speaking truth to power. We're not afraid, but at the same time, we notice, we see what's going on, and we talk about it,
and we get results.
Exactly.
And we get results. So folks, call 713-526-5738. It is imperative that you call 713-526-5738. We only have about 8 minutes left of the show. And again, like I said, we need those phones to kind of like ring. We've done $1,000 in 5 minutes before. So I know we can do that now. The Hillary Clinton tickets, Bill Clinton tickets, $200 per pair, 713-526-5738. And by the way, my book is still there. How much am I doing my book for? As I see it, Class Warfare, the only resort to right-wing doom. That is still out there. It still has value, more so than now. Hey, Hank, how you doing? It still has more value today, what it says. We are seeing things materialize that it said. 713-526-5738. As I see it, Class Warfare, the only resort to right-wing doom. Think about it. Think about it right now. With all the shift in trillions of dollars from the middle class to the wealthy, is that not class warfare? And how do we mitigate that? Class warfare, as I see it, or rather, as I see it, class warfare, the only resort to right-wing doom. 713-526-5738. 713-526-5738. Hank, you came into the office. I hope you're making those phones ring now.
Oh, he just ran out. 713-526-5738. You can get that book for a pledge of $120 or $10 a month throughout the year. And you can, of course, go on kpft.org and pledge. It's very simple. It's probably a 3-step
Yes, 3-step process.
and you're fine. And also, folks, look, we're not asking to keep the lights on. We're asking for people to pledge to grow the station, not just keep us looking like we're from the 90s or 80s or 70s, but to actually grow the station. So whenever we do have nice women who come in and go, you know what, I want to talk about something that really matters to me, like voting, we don't go, excuse me, don't worry about the rips in the walls.
The rips in the wall and the rug that is all and a two-tone phone. I like to show this on Facebook Live. The two-tone, we had 2 phones that are bad, and we took the pieces of one that's good and connected to the other piece of the other one that's good.
Because I haven't even seen a phone like that.
You know, that's what I'm telling you. And you heard Nisha, she haven't seen a phone like. Folks, 713. We only have 5 minutes, 5 or a little over 5 minutes. Please let those phones ring. 713-526-5738. This morning, you guys were great. We brought in our goals this morning. We need to do it again now. 713-526-5738. Can I hear from you? 713-526-5738. Nisha, why should they support Politics Done Right?
I think you should support any progressive media that is here just for the people.
Right.
There are no big donors. This is just straight truth coming to people. This kind of thing everything has a brand on it now.
Right.
And this is authentic, person to person, people talking about the issues. It's definitely important. You don't get this anywhere else.
That's what we have to have, my friends. That is what we have to have. 713. Any phones ringing yet? Come on, phones.
Not yet.
Phone. Okay, look.
713-526-5738.
713-526-5738. I know you're out there. I mean, you supported us great this morning. We need those support now. Any more? Come on, guys. 713-526-5738. I've sent that. What do we have? Now, remember something that I talked about, and that is the other side. I have this quick little story. This woman, a Republican woman out there in Kingwood, we went to a function together, and she said, Egberto, I had a terrible morning. I said, why do you have a terrible morning? I was fundraising, and I didn't make as much as I should. And I'm like, how much did you make? She said, all I collected today was $5,000. I was like, $5,000? They support. That was a bad day for her.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bad day for one person fundraising for one pack. And here we are, KPFT with a building, with the 100,000 watt transmitter. Come on, folks, let's support what is out there doing the job. 713-526-5738. Do we want to wait until it's too late? Do you want to make sure that we actually are able to do what we have to do? So come on, give me a call, 713-526-5738. I know you're looking at that camera and the phone. I know you're going to tell me somebody's on the phone now.
Yes.
There you go.
Right when you said it, somebody called. Don't forget also that we're always 8 seconds behind. So
that's true. That is true.
To be instant.
Right. That's how you got away with censoring me. That's right.
Yes.
Anyhow, 71 folks, we need that other line to ring. 713-526-5738. Come on, I want the other line to ring. I want to hear it. 713-526-5738. Am I hearing it? Nisha, do you hear anything?
I don't hear anything.
Audrey, do you hear anything?
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything?
Not yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you know what I do here?
What you do here? Tell me.
No, just that. That's silence.
Uh-huh.
See, the silence of us not being here.
Right.
See, the thing is whenever
that.
you go through any radio station, you go through the dial, and then all of a sudden you go, what happened to KPFT?
Right. Thank you for that call.
Where's the people who aren't trained professionals who are coming up here and saying, you know what, it's my time and I'm going to speak a certain way and I'm only going to say whatever the program director or the general manager tells
Right.
me to say. We don't work that way here.
Not at all. Folks, 713-526-573. I have 2 minutes to raise $1,000 or more. 2 minutes. 713-526. How many phones are open right now?
One more.
Come on, folks. I got to fill it. Let's get a bingo. 713-526-573. Give me that bingo. Who is going to be that fourth person? And if a fifth person come and answer that phone, I'll leave this stuff and say, Nisha, finish the show for me.
I would just run out.
I think I have a feeling that the next person is going to be a woman, because we
Okay.
talked about how women are
Stepping up.
You're the woman, and I think a woman is going to be the next person to make a pledge.
All right, come on.
I like how she has her finger against her temple.
Yes,
like,
yes,
you know
I
what?
feel
I
this.
am
I feel
predicting
this.
this.
She was is
It's going to
it,
be a woman.
how many phones open?
2 right now.
Okay, folks, we have 2 phones open right now. We have 1.5 minutes to go. 713-526-573. As I thank these women, please let those phones ring, and I'll come and answer the last one. Nisha Randall, muchísimas gracias por estar aquí. Thank you so kindly for being here. You are an activist.
Thank you.
Audrey, I
Yes.
just met Audrey recently. I want to thank you so kindly for coming in here
Thank you for having me.
and letting us know what's going on and what you are doing. And thank you for what you are doing as far as bringing this up. So give me a closing statement real quickly, Nisha.
So the Women's March to the Polls, Saturday, October 27th, 10 a.m. at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. We're going to have a quick rally to rally all the women, and then we are going to actually march to the polls.
Thank you so kindly. Give me a quick one, Audrey.
Okay, and as Nisha said, again, October the 27th, Saturday, 10 a.m., Shrine of the Black Madonna. Just a couple of reminders. We want you to bring your signs. We want you to support your candidates. But if you do support your candidates and you haven't voted, please remember to bring a jacket, because you can't wear your shirt inside. So we'll see you on Saturday, 10 a.m.
Thank you so kindly, Audrey. Anybody else to thank real quickly? Not yet. Okay, folks, thank you so kindly for listen to Politics Done Right. We are going to be out of here, but folks, keep calling. And remember, you can continue to give towards Politics Done Right at kpft.org. Again, that is kpft.org. And you can still call, and I'll still go out there and take that call directly from you right now, 713-526-5738. This is Politics Done Right. My name is Egberto Willis. Adios.
Thank you very much for listening to Politics Done Right. I am your host, Egberto Williams. You can personally reach me by sending an email to egberto@politicsdoneright.com. Remember, Egberto is spelled E-G-B-E-R-T-O. Change starts with you. 90.1 KPFT gives you information not tainted by corporate interest. Please visit kpft.org and contribute. Let's ensure continued access to real information and news remain available to all. Again, thank you very much for listening to Politics Done Right.